Hello to everyone out there, and hello to the Timeless Gamer crew. I hope you enjoyed this movie, the Super Mario movie. I'm here, obviously, to pass my thoughts of it. So we'll get straight into it then. Let's look at the positives. I thought there was two really excellent scenes in it. I thought the introduction were fantastic, and how it introduced Bowser was really cool. I really enjoyed the fight scene with Donkey Kong. I thought that was set up really nicely. And I thought that the end few sequences, the run of sequences at the end of the film were quite well done as well. So it definitely had some positives. Some more positives I'm going to focus on are that it had an excellent selection of 80s rock tracks. We had a bit of AC/DC, a bit of Bonnie Tyler and ELO. There probably could have been a few more in there, but I liked what they picked, and I like the way they use it as well. So that was a big positive for me. To extend on that music theme, I thought Jack Black were brilliant in it. I thought Jack Black as Bowser and his little musical numbers were really good. And I wish he'd have got a bit more screen time, to be honest. But I can understand why he didn't. But he was the highlight of the film for me from a character point of view, definitely. Other little positives, I'd say I was impressed with the way that they incorporated the power-ups and the general Mario elements. There were a lot of great, of familiar elements in there. The way they transitioned them from game to film was very commendable and very good indeed. And obviously, it got all your Easter eggs in. If you're somebody who just likes Mario and wants to see Mario things on a big screen, then this will probably be more than enough for you, because that's really what the film's about. It is essentially a big Nintendo commercial, really. But from that angle, if that's what you demand from a film, then fair play to you. Unfortunately, that's not enough for me, really. I like a film to be a film, even though this is meant to be a kids' film. I still want to watch it and enjoy it. There's a lot of kids' films out there that I've watched with family and friends, and I've really enjoyed, such as Toy Story, and Chicken Run, films like that. So that definitely didn't hit that level of quality for me, unfortunately. And so we'll get to the film's negatives, of which for me there's quite a few. I thought outside of those excellent scenes which I've mentioned, I thought it were quite a boring film, to be honest. I thought the first act in particular were really boring, and I expect for something like a Mario film, especially when it's fully animated and it's fully set in the Mario world, to be quite epic and adventurous, and I didn't get any of that. I got the first part of the film were just basically a setup for a walk to Donkey Kong country, and it didn't do much for me, unfortunately. There were no real there were no egress of Mario getting to fight Bowser. It was literally just, here we are, Mario, we've met you. We go to get the Kong's help. We fight Bowser. It would have been really nice to have seen him take on and beat some of the other popular Mario characters and enemies along that journey. It weren't much of a journey, really. Quite boring. When the action did kick off, it just you had to be really familiar with the games for it to hit home. Like, there's one point where Peach rescues Toad through pulling out her umbrella. Now, that umbrella is great because anyone who's played Mario Kart or various Mario games will know that's what she's got. But I'd never seen that, because the Mario games that I'd played were pretty much 80s and 90s Mario games where she'd not got that. So there were quite a few elements of that in the film, and they were just kind of like a bit jarring for me. I kind of just didn't really understand what was happening until I spoke to people about it after. So you expect it to be Mario focused. I kind of get that. But I think they could have set those things up a bit better, to be honest. I really didn't like the fact that they rescued Luigi, not the princess. I just thought, that just felt odd. That was just weird. Luigi's, he was separated from Mario for a long time, and they could have got a real good character, bit of banter going between the two brothers, and I would like to have seen that, and there were none of that. So again, that were a bit disappointing. And despite what a lot of people have said since the film's release, I didn't like Chris Pratt's voice. I thought again it was boring. I don't expect to see the traditional "It's a me, Mario." I totally get why Chris Martinez style would be way too much for a film of this length. But I still wanted more from Pratt. Pratt he sounded so flat and lifeless. And I thought to myself, well, Mario's selling point in this film is that he doesn't give up. Is that he's a trier, a doer, heroic person. I didn't get any of that from Pratt. You know what I mean? I didn't get any sense of I'm determined to constantly win. I didn't get any sense of like blind optimism of it's going to be great. He doesn't have to be over the top. But Pratt did just sound like a plumber, like a crap fat plumber. And for me, the idea is Mario was a crap fat plumber in one world who finds himself and evolves. Again, get a bit more creative. You know what I mean? Nintendo and Illumination. And for me, this did feel like a typical flat Illumination film. The Illumination films I've seen just don't really have any spark. The checkbox movies. They take, right, well, the fans want to see Mario, they want to see this character, they want to see this animation, they want to see these worlds. Let's take that mathematical approach and make a mathematical dollar making movie. And that's what this has done. It's Nintendo fans, hardcore fanboys, they will buy any turd if it's got a Nintendo logo on. That's pretty much what they've done with this, really. I wouldn't call it a turd. I would call it an absolutely bang average, a bang average film with a few good scenes worth seeing. But I'll never watch it again. I didn't mind watching it. I certainly didn't come away thinking, oh, give me those hours of my life back. I just thought it was really, really bang average. And I returned to my point with people. I spoke to people since about it, and they excused it like saying, well, it's a kid's film. What do you expect? You don't expect, the Shawshank Redemption. You don't expect, a Shakespearean opera style, or operatic style deep movie. And I don't want a deep movie, but I want an exciting movie. I want an adventurous movie to give me some tension. And the tensest part in this film were where Mario were getting a lift in a Kong taxi, and he went round a corner and he had to hang on to it, and that were it. The rest of the film, I was like, I'm not remotely invested or tensed at all. I'm just watching a Nintendo advert. So for me, this is a 5 out of 10. A 5 out of 10. I think if you're a Nintendo diehard fan and you just want to see Nintendo things and brainwash your children too, like Nintendo have brainwashed many Nintendo fans, I think this is a good film for you, to be fair. But for people who actually want to watch an enjoyable film, whether it be in a Mario film or just an enjoyable kids film. Like I say, there's plenty of enjoyable kids' films out there that have a real great sense of excitement and adventure, and this don't. This were a film that I've forgotten about it now, and I'll never watch it again. And when a sequel comes out, I have no intention of paying to watch it. I'll watch it when it comes out for free. So there's my thoughts on it, boys. I hope you enjoyed it more than I did. But yeah, there we go.